you as well.
Awesome. So could you tell us a little bit more about the journey of Give Better and what motivated you to make this happen?
Yeah, it's a good question, because what I don't want people to think is that I'm any kind of a financial expert, because I'm not. And the reality is actually quite the contrary, and this sort of explains why I'm so passionate about Give Better. So I'm I'm not great at all with budgets and financial planning, and as I've alluded to before, actually quite prone myself to sort of impulsive buying, and that's fine. It's the point is not to kind of beat myself up about that or anything, but what it means is that Give Better is a journey that I've been on personally, and so when I say that it's possible to kind of grow, to give more, save more, and learn to save at the moment, that's been my story. So it kind of really begins when I went to university, and through some part-time work and through government money, you have more money coming in, and that was kind of the first time that I'd really handled money in any significant way, and I had I guess more opportunities to spend it as well. And everyone's sort of experience at university is different, but certainly for me, what I found is that I hadn't necessarily thought through how I was going to spend that money. I just sort of did it. So during those heady days, could have easily spent sort of $80 a week at a cafe, and I had subscriptions I never used, and an expensive gym membership, and all those kind of things. And maybe the most hilarious is I've always been a big reader, and I had a sort of a problem with binge buying Kindle books. So you're reading a book, and I would read lots of nonfiction, and with just a couple of clicks, you can very easily buy another book, and then you're suddenly overwhelmed by all the books you've got no time to read. But the point is that I was missing out on both joy and impact, and I slowly began to realize that. So, as I said before, I began to see that a lot of that spending was mindless and unsatisfying, but also sometimes it was just because there was a bit of admin I needed to do to realize that I wasn't going to the gym, and I had this expensive gym membership, but I couldn't be bothered doing anything about it. And what I lacked was a kind of motivation. So what the idea of Give Better unlocked for me was that actually my mindless, unsatisfying spending could be repurposed into something amazing, which is generosity to great causes. And I started to do that. I started to take my card off my Kindle, so I could only buy one a month, and then I would work out what I was saving and give a portion of that, or I would go to a cheaper phone plan and give some of that, and that was actually really exciting, and I loved that journey, and it was fantastic for the kind of financial stress and for just feeling more in control of my money, but also there was that awesome kind of joy of knowing that I was making an impact with that money. So Give Better basically was me thinking, how could I create something that allowed others to be invited into that same journey, and very gratefully others sort of saw that vision and pitched in, and others who had skills that I didn't have, and we've kind of grown from there.